when you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes.
Hey everybody, this is Ray Renati and you've reached Green Room on Air, my little space on the various internets. Thank you, George W. Bush, for creating that statement so that I could say, how are you today? I hope you're doing well. It's a beautiful sunny day here in San Francisco, California. I was going to come on here and trash Joe Rogan for recently saying that healthy 21-year-olds don't need to get the coronavirus vaccine. However, I just went on the various intranets again and listened to him sort of apologize for his statement, saying that he says stupid shit all the time and no one should take everything that he says as gospel. Why are people doing that anyway? Well, that's a good point. That's a good point. However, he does have millions and millions of listeners. So for him not to be more careful about the things that he says in today's environment of clickbait and social media bait and whatever you want to call it, he needs to be more responsible, in my humble opinion. I was going to tell jokes about how he has become an ape because of all the testosterone that he takes and brags about taking, and his excessive use of hallucinogens and pot and alcohol and all sorts of other stuff. But I won't say that because today he sort of retracted, sort of, in a Joe Rogan-ish kind of way. So we won't go there. So where am I going to go? I don't know. I think today will be Stream of Consciousness. Ray Renati and his Stream of Consciousness podcast. Why? Because I have to do my taxes. That's right, taxes. And I have about an hour of free time today to do taxes, so I got to get on it. Don't you love taxes? That thing that Amazon doesn't pay and Trump apparently hasn't paid, and all of these oligarchs and fascists haven't paid yet. You and me, the working man, we pay our taxes, don't we? And if we don't, we go to jail or we get fined. But not the oligarchs, not the gazillion bazillionaires. No, they don't pay taxes. But oh well. Hey, I've been watching some cool stuff on Netflix. The thing I'm hooked on right now is a series about F1 racing. I didn't know anything about F1 racing until recently. I mean, I knew what it was. I knew it was kind of a European sort of IndyCar thing. And I've never been a huge racing fan until now, after watching this documentary series called Formula One, Drive to Survive. It's on Netflix. It's already 3 seasons. Maybe you've all been watching it already, and I'm just behind the 8 ball here, but I'm loving it. It's kind of a reality show about F1 drivers, and it's mostly focuses on the middle of the pack drivers and their teams. Did you know that some of these teams, these F1 teams, have thousands of employees so that they can run these 2 cars in races throughout the summer? And their budgets vary between $150 million to $500 million a year. Now, I think that may have just been lowered so that they can't spend more than $150 or $200 million a year per team, so that things even out more, because teams like Mercedes, who was spending the $500 million a year, was destroying everyone because they had the money to have the best drivers and the best car. And it seems to come down to the car, the technology in the car. And if you have 500 million and you're Mercedes, you're going to win a lot of races. But it's so exciting because they have these live action video cuts of actual races inside the car, outside the car, and they add all kinds of sound effects when there are crashes, and it's like really exciting. And just the ins and outs and the politics involved in racing F1 is mind-boggling. The drivers tend to be very young. especially lately, it seems that they're getting younger and younger. Some of the best drivers are 19, 20, 21 years old, and they have quicker reaction time. And my guess is they've probably played a lot of video games in addition to the training they've done. So I think those two things together may make them unstoppable. Check it out. Formula One, Drive to Survive. One other thing that has been on my mind are the Oscars, and in particular, the award for Best Actor, which went to Anthony Hopkins in The Father.
I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
Apparently, there has been a lot of uproar about his winning the award. Many people feel that it should have been given to Chadwick Boseman for his performance in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Now, I saw both movies, and they were both outstanding performances. Either one would have been fine in my eyes for winning. They're both great. Anthony Hopkins had a much bigger part. The movie was mostly about him and his character in The Father. And Chadwick Boseman was more a member of an ensemble. So in that sense, all other things being equal, I would think it could make sense that it went to Anthony Hopkins. In addition to that, and I said this before a few weeks ago, that Anthony Hopkins' performance in The Father was outstanding. One of the best film acting portrayals of any character I have ever seen in film. It's a masterclass in acting. And if you want to learn something about being an actor, go watch that movie and watch Anthony Hopkins do a masterful job. Chadwick Boseman also did a great job in Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and either one could have won. I'm really glad that Chadwick's family went on to say that they were fine with Anthony Hopkins winning. That was really good of them to do. You know, we're in a situation right now in our country where Black Lives Matter is on everyone's mind, and I think that's good. However, I don't think it means that Chadwick Boseman should have automatically been the winner. Now, on the other hand, who cares? Who cares about these stupid awards, really? I mean, if you get nominated, that's all that matters. After that, who's to say who was best? It's just silliness, anyway. It's just silliness. Awards like this. I mean, they're fun, but I don't care who won. My question is, are all the nominees deserving? And I would say yes. Yeah. So that's my thought about that. I'm rewatching Ozark since the next season is soon upon us. I'm rewatching it with my wife. It's great to rewatch a show like this. I love that program. I love dark comedies, and I would say that that's what the Ozark mostly is. I didn't realize that the first time I watched it, but there are a hell of a lot of funny lines in there, especially if you know what's coming. And the other thing that I've been watching that is maybe the darkest TV show I have ever seen. It's called, well, it's written as The End of the F asterisk 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 ing world. Do you say the end of the effing world, or do you actually say the effing word? I don't know. But this is the darkest comedy I have ever seen on television. More than Breaking Bad, more than anything. And it's just hilarious. It's about these two teens, one of them who thinks he's a serial killer just because he's so out of touch with his emotions. But from what I can see so far, he's actually not a serial killer or a psychopath. And he's planning on killing his girlfriend. And that's the only reason she's his girlfriend, because he feels that that's his inevitable future, is to move on to killing people after he's tortured animals. Anyway, yeah, that doesn't sound funny, does it? But it's very, very funny. It's called The End of the Effing World. And again, it's been out for 2 seasons, so this is kind of old news, but that's me. I'm always a little bit behind the 8 ball. All right, folks. If you enjoyed this podcast, which I'm sure you did, please go give me a rating on any of your favorite podcasting platforms. I'm everywhere: Spreaker, Podbean. What else is there? Spotify, iHeartRadio. I can go on and on. You can find me. Or most simply, just go to GreenRoomOnAir.com, and all the episodes are there for you to listen to at your leisure. Please tell your friends. Tell all of your friends. Blast it all over Facebook and the Twitter that this is the greatest podcast ever in the history of entertainment. All right. Thanks so much. I'm off to do my taxes. That's right. And until next time, I will see you on the boards. Good night, everybody.
I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough, and tensions can be met like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down. When you're down and out, when you're on the streets, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your part when darkness comes and hate is all around, like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled water. I will lay me Sail on.